Hi, welcome to the Rockstone Cafe for the gear I had at the end of the Appalachian Trail video. But first, let's go back a year and a half to when this all started.
I'm here at this famous landmark to make an announcement that next year, in 2018, I will walk the Appalachian Trail with the fine permission of my wife. This hike was brought to you by my Uncle Ray. I love it when a plan all comes together.
I'm very excited to make this video. It's been a long time coming. I finished the Appalachian Trail, or came to the end rather, on September 28th, over 4 months ago. I've been going through my post-hike depression. I basically went from being outrageously happy to extremely content, and now I'm looking forward to the next hiking season. And also, I have 34 miles left to do near Bland, Virginia, and Adrian and I, the hiking sailor, are going to do that in the end of February. So I've done my full hike within 365 days. So let's get to it. I'll start with what I wore. This is basically the ensemble I had when I finished. I have this buff that I got in Waynesville, Virginia, and it's a map of the Appalachian Trail. This bandana I got in Pine Grove, Furnace, Pennsylvania, where the Appalachian Trail Museum is. And this really nifty fire lighting doohickey I got at a hostel in Maine. And what it is it's a flint, and you can scrape it. And this ring here, this is my grandfather's pinky ring, which I got from my aunt when I visited her in Long Island, New York. So, and this t-shirt I got at the Green Mountain Hostel in Vermont. And my wife came and visited me here, and she took a bunch of my stuff, switched over, stuff I didn't want anymore, and she gave me stuff I wanted back. And I weighed myself at the hostel, and I had lost 26 pounds. I was at 159, down from 185. And my pack weighed 26 pounds, so I was at par. So moving on down to my ensemble, I wore these shorts. These are North Face shorts. Darn tough socks. These have, and it's made, I have 2 pairs of these. Over 3,000 miles on them. They've had their day. They've got some holes in them, and the other pair have even more holes in them. But the neat thing about Darn Tough, made in Vermont, is they have a free exchange, and you can bring them back and they will replace them for free. I think I'll hang on to them because they serve me well, and Darn Tough is worth the money they've got from me. Next is shoes. At the end of the trip, I had Solomon's. They still got some mud and grass from Maine. The Solomons have a narrow toe box, and so I had some pretty wicked calluses on the my inner, whatever part that is, sort of the inner of the big toe or just below the big toe. It wasn't debilitating. It was some ugly. I wish I took a picture of it at the end. But I'm very fortunate. Other than the calluses, I went through the whole trail without a single blister. I had no foot issues. This is my third pair of shoes I had. All three pairs are still fully functional. I started with sandals, Teva sandals. Then I went to Oboes, which are my favorite shoes, but I'll do a shoe video later. And my last item that I wore was my AT cap that I got this in Harper's Ferry, the halfway point, the headquarters of the Appalachian Trail. Let's go to the pack. I'm just gonna open things up as I come to them, so it'll be a surprise what's in there. I basically left this pack intact, and I have to say, it smells like pee. Okay, first this is my pointy hat. You shove this in here, and you have, it has a lot of uses. It's a rain hat, a sun hat. It's a seating pad when you unzip it. Kitchen sink, bellows for fire. Great thing to have. I'll just throw this on. Oh yeah, trekking poles. These were Compradels, the telescoping ones. I used to have folding ones, but these also act as your tent poles, and they were great. The logos have all worn off after the trail. This is my North Face jacket. This is probably the oldest item I have. This is now it's 5.5 years old, and it does the job of several things. It keeps you warm, keeps you from. It's a rain jacket, of course, and a wind jacket, and it's got a hood as well. There was one point, if I can find it, where I was cooking supper, and I moved my jacket over my stove, and it got singed. But that is black Gorilla Tape, good as new, good as new. And this is probably the smelliest item I have. Oh, that's putrid. I have special stuff to wash that. I didn't like throw. I don't think I ever washed that. I didn't like. I don't like ruining gear. I think washing gear ruins it. I do wash, stuff close to my body, but some of the outer stuff, This is my rain kilt. With just wearing shorts and the rain kilt and having my legs bare, it's great. This bag, Outdoor Trails, this is a outfitter in Daleville, Virginia, where I bought my Oboe shoes. And I keep bags I like army green so the Russians don't see me. You'll see a theme. All my gear tends to be green, brown, tan, black. I don't like to be necessarily found when I'm in the woods, although I do have the odd red thing for pizzazz. This is the bag with my maps, the AT guide. I want to show you this. First of all, see this part that's not colored in? That's the bland, the 34 miles in bland that has to be done. So what I would do is I would take my colored marking pens, which are in here, a luxury item, and I would mark the first day after resupply in pink, and then yellow for the second day, blue for the next. Let's see if I got, there's a spread showing you the hostel, trail towns. Yeah, green for the fourth day, and orange for the fifth day. Then I ran out of markers, so then I'd have to start backwards. So this is, what are we done here? That's the sixth day without a resupply. And there we go, there's pink, so I resupplied here. And then that was a short day, so it was just the 2 days, then I resupplied again. Resupply, you tend to go to, what's there, what the trail turns are. I never had a mail drop the whole trip, and I don't recommend them, there's no point. Yeah, so I would go to Walmarts and Dollar General's my favorite, gas stations, local grocery stores, whatever was to be had. Trail Magic, Trail Magic. I also had maps. These are also part of the AT guide thing you can order from them, and they have. Ooh, they're stuck together. There. This is the last one. Each one covers about 100 miles, and you can just see this is a 100-mile wilderness. It's this big flat spot there, and at the end, it shoots out into outer space for Katahdin. So yeah, I did the 100-mile wilderness in 6 days. The last 120 miles I did in 8 days, and the first 120 miles took 17 with all the zeros and neros and whatever. So you definitely, the trail gets you in shape. You collect silly things. I don't, look at that, from a restaurant. This is my Camp Suds. I had this the whole way. And look, I didn't even use it all. So, you know, a lot of people start, and me too, you start with a cosmetics bag, and you've got all these things that you realize eventually you don't need, and you either give it, put in a hiker box or send it home or whatever. I have matches as extra. I went with lighters in the end, but I started with matches. Yeah, I told you about my markers, 5 markers, a pen, and just, these are probably the maps from the last, 1, 2, 3, 3 of them? Yeah, so the last couple 100 miles, me, basically. Well, I last saw my wife, she visited me twice. Once in Vermont and another time in New Hampshire. And every time we did a exchange of gear. Okay, so that's that. The VIPs, very important papers. Usually I would carry a whole roll because sometimes you have bathroom accidents and you need a bit more than normal. Toothpaste, this is my original toothpaste right from the beginning. The Z-Packs, and I broke the thing, so I've got a thing on it, but it's just very, very basic. This is probably kind of gutless, and you know, I probably might have gotten some of a bit more oomph to it, but it did the job, and it lightweight. And Z-Pac's logo. Got to get that product placement in there. And yeah, okay. Yeah, you know, that's one of those hair things. I found it on the trail. I'm Scottish and Ukrainian ancestry. Very, you know, they went through the Depression, World War II, and horrible things. So that's been passed on to me. Okay, I got this is the medium-sized crest thing. I started with those little tiny travelers ones, but they don't last too long. So sometimes you just buy the big size and save. All right, so that's, I'll just show you the pack now. I've had this Z-Packs, I got it 2 years ago, and I've probably put 3,000 miles on it. And you see these, in the mesh, it's got holes. I've covered them with the black Gorilla Tape. Okay, on the outside, this is the tag they give you when you start. This is from Amicalola Falls. On the March 19th, I was 12:27, and the hiking sailor, my buddy, was 12:26. All right, it's a roll top. Okay, I have the Z-Packs inner bag. Okay, this is my chest pouch, Z-Packs, and one of my favorite items. This would be my go-to gear that I have available to me right away. This is my hiker's wallet. It's got, I'll show you. Especially show you the numbers. So get a pen and paper handy. A credit card, a debit card. My medical card, no, my medical card's buried because it's not something I never used it, and it's one of those things I hope to never use. But this is another pouch. I usually keep this in my pack, and it keeps the very important papers. So there you go, driver's license, and my medical card. And because I'm Canadian, I had to bring my passport. Oh, extra weight. So there you go. Right. Oh, here's the things you collect. This is like, why is this here? I should have sent it home, but I couldn't. I didn't. Look how much money I have left. 12 cents. These are from the all-you-can-eat in Waynesboro when I was hiking with Sawbones from New Orleans. And one of the fortunes is you will soon be crossing the great waters, probably the Shenandoah River and the Potomac. And the other one is you will have a pleasant trip. And that was very true. So, if I had all the doodads and things I collected and didn't send them home, my pack would have been a lot heavier than the 15 pounds that it was at the end. And that 15 pounds includes my dregs of food I had left and a bottle of fresh mountain Katahdin water, which I still have. Which, let's show you right now. Here are my water bottles. I think this is only the second set I had. The first set we got was at just before Amicalola. They were, and then we started with 700, and they were getting so grody by halfway I had to replace them. But oh, here we go. Untreated, unfiltered Katahdin water. Here we go. And true confession, I never or filtered treated my water, and I'm still alive today. That's another video. And I brought an extra one. I would get these orange juice, and it was just good to have a handy, smaller bottle to fill up water for some of the hard to get to places. And yeah. These are all on the outside of my pack. This is my fuel bottle. I switched halfway to my alcohol stove, and this Vargo one holds 8 ounces, which is basically, that's probably about 8 burns. So I think 4 days maybe. If I had longer stretches, I carried more fuel than that. My original bottle I'd gotten in mountain crossings at Neil Gap. It unfortunately got a hole in it, so it was bigger. This is the only tool you need. This is a Swiss Army knife, and it's got the knife, the file, but most importantly the scissors. I'm a scissors kind of guy, not a knife kind of guy. This is for trimming your nails, anything you got to cut. And I got this same place. I got this Manchester, Vermont, and this happens to be the slogan for the state of Massachusetts: "Don't tread on me." And it's also got toothpick and tweezers. This is my GoPro. All my videos were made with my GoPro. Right now, I am using my Google Pixel 2 camera to make this video. So my still pictures were with the Google Pixel 2. The video was made with this is the GoPro Hero Session 5. They don't make this anymore. They probably don't. I don't even sell it. That's unfortunate. Look at the size of that. I had broke the outer cover in Mount Washington. It fell out and snapped, and didn't hurt this. But you know what? That made it even smaller by not having the outer cover. Other things I would have in here would be snacks. This is an extra strap. They also have another strap that's a belt strap, but normally it would attach to the front of my pack. Very, very handy. I've got some safety pins in here too when you're drawing things. All right, inside. The food bag. Z-Pack's food bag. I probably hung my bear bag, which this is half the time. Look at that. We have nut and chocolate, always fresh. This is what I would have gotten this in, I probably bought it this Able Bridge. And when we went through Able Bridge, that store and restaurant, it's great. It's the first thing you hit it after the 100-mile wilderness. And they were closing it the weekend after we were there. So I feel so sorry. Anybody who went after me and didn't get, this is garbage, didn't get that wonderful, resupply and restaurant meal after 100 mile wilderness. Yeah, look at that. I'm carrying my garbage. This is my reflector for my stove. I got this. This at Neil Gap too. This was, yeah, I would use this mainly for the alcohol stove. It folds. We'll do another video on stoves. This is my bear bag kit. It's army green stuff, so the Russians can't see it, or the bears. And this is a little bag that the Chinese knockoff stove comes in. And I found this actually in an outhouse. I'm disgusting. And so I throw my rock in there, tie it, and, well, bear hanging. That's something else. Okay, I've given up my big, huge coffee mug for this titanium mug, Waynesboro. Great. So in the morning, I'd have my oatmeal and my hot coffee, and I'm good for the day. Here's my stove. I love this. Z-Packs. It's a titanium, same as the cup. I don't know the make of it, but I bought it through Z-Packs. So you can see it's got a bit of a singe to it. There you go. And here is my camp towel, very small, see? And there's the stove, Vargo. Got legs. Put your thing up there, and there you go. Outstanding. All right, let me just throw this over here. Make room on my table. What else is in here? Oh yeah, the spoon, spork. Very, very important. The dregs of food, coffee, sugar packets and whatnot, what I can get at restaurants or whatnot. I tend to save bags. A lot of people I notice, they always buy new bags when they go to resupply, but I just stick with the old tried and true. Oh, this is in the wrong place. This is the pooper scooper. That should be on the outside with my very important papers, but this is a lifesaver. You can dig your little cat hole, do your business, and move on, and sleep easily knowing other people won't find it, especially the Russians. All right. This was my peanut butter jar, and the very last day on Mount Katahdin, I made my first cold soaked meal. It was this. No, it wasn't. It was I can't remember. Yeah, it was. No, it wasn't. What's the other meal you have? You have the potatoes, and you have the ramen, and the third one is the sides. Yeah, it's one of those sides. Oh yeah, and you have these. When luxury. Okay, enough of that. That was food. Leftover dregs. I was hoping this video would go a lot faster. I'm just pulling this out, and then I get a whole conversation going. This is my Z-Packs fleece hoodie, and I had sent it home because we started in spring and we finished in fall. And when I started, it was cool. And then I had my wife take this. No, I mailed this home from Pennsylvania in the dead of summer, and then I had my wife bring it back to me, Vermont or New Hampshire. I can't remember which one. So outstanding, lightweight. It can get wet. Who cares? Doesn't matter. I also had a puffy jacket, which I eventually sent home too, and that's something that want to get wet. This is the electronics bag. Electronics, very important. You've seen my GoPro. You can't see my phone, but it's in use. I got this from the Hiking Sailor. He liked it, but he got a new one. This is an Aki. This is your battery. It's got a quick charge, orange one, a normal charge, green one. It's got a little flashlight, which was a lifesaver. Yeah, here we go. Probably should charge it. Anyway, a lifesaver. So this would last me a long time. Charging my phone, charging my GoPro, and my headlamp. This is my GoPro quick charge. It has two different connections. It has a USB and the USB-C. It died the last month, and I ended up having to go to Walmart and getting a a non-quick charge one. That's very frustrating because it takes, you come to a gas station or whatever, gas station, and you want to charge your phone and you want a quick charge because you don't want to, you want to be charging your phone while you're sleeping, but sometimes that doesn't work out that way. The last Shaw's Hostel, I got this in the hiker box. It's another quick charge one, so it replaced this back in action. Phone cables. I lost one of the official GoPro ones. I had two, so I had my wife bring me. The neat thing about when you're doing the gram weenie thing, you think, you know what I want? I want what's it called? Lightweight. So you think, oh, short cables. No, but the long cables are so much handier because the wall outlets here, and if you have short cables, where you are sometimes, the phone will be hanging thing with a long cable. It doesn't. It's one of those things you can decide what to do. Another Z-Packs bag for the electronics. That's Dyneema composite fiber, formerly called Cuban fiber. It's very, very strong, very lightweight. My Z-Packs beanie. Yeah, it's great. You can sleep in it when it's cold. You can wear it when it's big. More toiletries, but not handy toiletries. Mouthwash, hotel shampoo. See, this is stuff what was I thinking? There's a bit of string in there. I had a guy give me this. I never used it. This is an insect repellent towelette. And you know what? That was another thing I never did. I never used insect repellent. I never took any medications, never treated my water, and look at me. So, like I say, that's another thing. I did shave occasionally, and I realized I didn't need shaving soap. I could just use bar soap from a hotel, hostel, or whatever. Luxury item. Mitchum antiperspirant, army green, and this is triple odor defense, and it's mountain air. So, and again, a bag from a grocery store somewhere. Okay, we'll getting down. This is my clothing bag, and it's also my pillow, and it is really beaten up. You can see this is gun tape we used to have in the Army, and the reason why it's so beaten up is because I would always reverse it every day. So at nighttime, I would reverse it to the pillow side, and then during the day, when I put my clothes back in it, I would reverse it back. But this side, the outside, is so badly beaten up, and it's the curse of Cuban fiber. It is delicate. It's like a sports car. You know, it's expensive, high performance, but yeah, it's the way it goes. These are my extra clothes. These are night socks. I didn't have them the whole trip. I just had them during the cold time. These are socks that must never get wet, so I'd only wear them at nighttime. This is my spare pair of darn tough socks, and you can see there's some wicked holes in them. And I was stubborn. I wanted to bring them the whole way, and they did. And my feet were so tough, it did fine. Underwear. These are Icebreaker. These are the merino wool. You know, the merino wool stuff is incredible because it doesn't stink. And I had a hike last year with the hiking sailor, a prep hike, and I smelled so bad, he wanted to call me exhaust pipe. These are Patagonia pants. I started with North Face pants, but they were getting kind of old. These Patagonia pants, I don't know, where did I buy them? Anyway, I don't know, fitter. And they're great. Okay. Now we're getting to the big three. The sleep system. Oops, my pack fell. I'll show you all these three things at once. This is my sleeping bag, Z-Packs. I bought my big three from them all at the same time. That's not my sleeping bag, it's my tent. They look similar. See, look, they look similar, honest. Okay, this is my sleeping bag. This is Z-Packs, it's army green. It only weighs a pound. In peak summer, I only use this. When in the beginning and at the end, this is a Sea to Summit Thermalite Fleece Reactor. It weighs just less than a pound. This is a pound, so what are you up to? Yeah, it's getting there. This is the Sea to Summit Ultralight, it's a yellow thing, sleeping pad. Fantastic, look how small it is. And then I bought, in addition, the Sea to Summit pump sack, so you don't have to blow it up. So, the tent. Z-Packs, they don't make this anymore apparently. It's the, oh my gosh, I can't remember what it is. It's the single one, the Solplex. A lot of people have the duplex. The neat thing about the Solplex, even though it's tiny, is that you can fit it anywhere. When I was on the trail, not including, I stayed at a lot of hostels, I stayed at a lot of hotels, but when I was on the trail, I only slept in a shelter 10 times. So all the other times, even when it was pouring rain, I would set up my tent. This goes up really well, and it was like a cocoon. I was protected. I was didn't have to worry about the crowding in the shelters. Didn't have to worry about the mice in the shelters, and it was just amazing. So I do recommend this. I'd say the duplex is bigger, but the problem with the duplex is it takes up a little bit more space. But it's a trade-off, and it weighs more. So I don't know. Whatever you want to do. I just realized I'm missing my headlamp, but it's army green and it runs off of a rechargeable battery. Really handy. And unfortunately I lost it and I ended up buying a new one though. So, okay, this is the Z-Packs big bag that you throw everything in. So I have a triple defense system for rain. You're gonna get rained on a lot. So the first line of defense is, this is the pack liner Z-Packs. It's a little beaten up. First line of defense. The second line of defense is the pack itself. The third line of the defense is the big bag. And you see pretty well everything else is in another bag. And yeah, that's their weight, but they're all lightweight stuff. I think we're at the end. So thank you for watching this. I'm sorry I rambled for so long, but I'm just so excited to make this video. And we'll see you on the next one. Hi, this is my addenda to the last video. I found some items that I'd forgotten about. This is my Tactica camouflage headlamp, which we had a blackout for 3 days. I think it was in probably November. And yeah, so I had it for the blackout. So there it is. It's a rechargeable battery in here, and it used the USB-C, which is the same as the one on my phone and my GoPro. Very handy. Also, there's a secret pocket in my pack that this is my repair kit slash first aid kit, and it has all kinds of neat things like band-aids, sewing thread, needle, Z-Packs of course, and a tick remover, which I have used. And this is my AMC pass for when you go through the Appalachian Mountain Club huts in what's the Granite State called? The New Hampshire. The Whites, yes, it allows you to get a discount on the to stay in the huts, campsites, etc. And I did do 2 work for stays in the 8 huts. Okay, this is really cool. This is my, let's see if I can focus it for you. It's this is your climbing pass for Katahdin. I'm number 1003. And that makes you official. You can climb the mountain. I stayed at the Birch's shelter the night before. So thanks for watching this really long video. Probably the longest one I've ever made. I rattled on, and I'm really excited about it. That's why it's long. And if you have any comments, suggestions, anything you want to talk about, gear, etc., I wanted to show you the horrible truth of all the junky things, the stupid things I carried, as well as the successful stuff. Pretty well everything I was really happy with, so I'd do it again. Thank you very much. Ta-ta. So I'm here on not sunny Mount Katahdin with my first cold soaking experiment. This is a Knorr fettuccine, chicken fettuccine in a buttery sauce, so I can hardly wait.